Sunday, July 6th, 10:51. Um, yes, I am wearing my undershirt backwards. Really just because I got out the shower and I was putting it on and I accidentally put it on backwards and I said, listen, it is what it is. I'm not sure if you guys hear the music in the background. The neighbors is going crazy. But today was successful. I woke up at 5, like I said I would. Well, I was out the crib by 5. I was out the crib by 5. Um, went on a jog. Did 100 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, and 100 dips. But none of that really matters because I have to do it all again tomorrow. You know, um, yesterday's wins don't count. I remember when I first left the barbershop and I was trying to make my way in sales. I would talk about all my accomplishments that I had at the shop. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, "Oh, I did this, I did that." Like again, I was the youngest person in Newark, New Jersey that had a barber studio and was doing it like me. At that age, I was 18 with a studio. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like that little sense of ego, like that little, to be the youngest in my area to really be doing something like that. I really felt like him. You know what I mean? And truthfully and honestly, I still do feel like him. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to base it off of what did I do today? Like, how am I moving in the present moment? Not off anything in the past. Now, there's this book called Psycho Cybernetics, right? Written by a psychologist who he was actually a plastic surgeon before he was a psychologist, and he would see that every time he would fix maybe a nose or somebody had a scar, he had to remove the scar. Anytime he would fix that, some people their whole personality would change, and then some people, it's like they would just kind of really stay the same even though they had a drastic physical change. And what he started to see was that his self, like the self image, how you view self, how you think about yourself basically in your mind, really dictates how you move. And he talks about one of the things to the only reason why I brought that up is because I'm speaking about past successes, right? And to increase the self image, Dr. whatever his name was, something Maltz or Waltz, something like that, right? He said that imagining past successes in your life contribute to a better self image because it gives you a tangible instance where you were a winner. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like to dwell in the past, but of course, the only reason why you would ever visualize is to feel the emotion of the actual event. You get what I'm saying? Because once you feel that emotion, it's like you're basically borrowing that feeling or that that energy, because like feelings are energy, emotions are energetic. You know what I'm saying? And energy can neither be destroyed or something. It is one of the laws of thermodynamics right? But basically, energy can never be destroyed, it can only be transferred, you know? So it's like you visualize that and you start to feel the emotions, those positive emotions of like, nah, like of if you were actually there. But the thing is, if I start to realize, like, I was sitting so much in like visualizing. Yes, sir. I was sitting so much and trying to visualize success that I just wasn't doing shit. You get what I'm saying? I'd listen to, Bob Proctor on I'd read books on psychology and the self image and this and that. And I've been, and truthfully, I've been reading since I was like 16 years old. I remember being in high school senior year and sitting by myself just reading Think and Grow Rich. I was like 16. You know what I mean? And I was I was the same young nigga that was asking people for $1 every time to go to the vending machine. You feel me? Um but it's slightly embarrassing because I really forgot where I was taking that point. But I'm gonna just take it back to what we was originally talking about, which was not dwelling on past successes, because it's in the past. But it is a double-edged sword because the human mind will always tend towards the negative if you don't take control of it. So like it's a double-edged sword, just because like just the same as me not dwelling about my past successes, I can't dwell about my past failures either, because then, and granted, I have failed a lot. I failed like enormously, like you know what I mean. um but I like I continue to push. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I told you I was being soft. Like, I was staying in bed longer than what I should have. But I was always chasing the goal, though. You feel me? I never stopped trying to become the person who has my goal. You know what I mean? But I was focused more on the actual like results, the tangible results of success, and not really focusing on the person that just like is successful. You know what I mean? And yeah, that rant Loki came out of nowhere. But yeah, like I said, like I can't dwell on my past successes, but I won't dwell on my past failures either. So the only moment that one truly has is now. You know what I mean? And right now it's Sunday, July 6th, 10:59. I'm about to go to sleep. Tomorrow I wake up and I'm going to the gym at 5 in the morning, right? I'm a be on the train at 5 in the morning. And I'm gonna do back and bicep. Go crazy on that shit. You know what I mean? 11 o'clock. And I ain't nothing but grateful. I ain't nothing but grateful to God, for real, for real. Like, you know, I get to like build the life that I'm destined for. Keep it locked. I thought I hit stop. Safety.